Welcome back to the channel, guys. We're the Whiskey Watchers. I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
And I'm going to finish... Well, crap, you already finished yours?
I wasn't keeping that nasty in my cup.
It wasn't that bad. Give me a second here.
It came in a tube. It was disgusting.
Nothing that comes in a tube is that bad, Jake. I mean...
He says you.
I mean...
Look at it. It's just awful.
Everybody loves Basil Hayden Subtle Smoke.
No, they don't.
Oh, God.
They put it on a pedestal and then are disappointed.
Okay.
Just like me.
Now, I'm so sorry, little guy. Anyway, we're the Whiskey Watchers, and if you don't like random comedy, well, too bad, because we're all about it.
He almost threw it.
I almost did.
He thought about it. I saw the go back, and he's like, "Wait."
I did. I almost did. Anyway, before we get into the video, I want you to go down below and like, comment, and subscribe. Help the channel grow here in the year 2023, because, you know, we're awesome, and we love you. Anyway, Jake.
Yes.
It's time again.
It is. Are we reviewing or are we moving?
Well, we're going to review something first.
Oh, get a little liquored, and then we'll review. All right.
Again, we're on the Heaven Hill kick because that's what's showing up in our area right now. But we have a new welcome to the Barrel Proof Club from Heaven Hill.
Uh-huh.
Heaven Hill has brought Bernheim wheat whiskey into the fold.
It's not even bourbon.
It's not. It's wheat whiskey. It's
51% wheat.
It is exactly 51% wheat. It is barely a wheat whiskey.
Going barely wheat whiskey, yeah.
So, Heaven Hill wheat whiskey, aged, well, the original Bernheim is aged a minimum of 7 years. This one is a blend of, of ages. I haven't done a whole lot of research.
Look, I'm over here like,
I just want to taste it because it showed up at the store the other day. I picked it up, and I couldn't wait to, unwrap it, pop the cork, and try it.
But that's not.
Yeah, it's Heaven Hill. Yeah,
I was gonna say
it's just like a lot of their products.
It's a subsidiary.
Well, if you think about it, Pappy Van Winkle is the old Rip Van Winkle distillery, but it's Buffalo Trace. We all know it's Buffalo Trace. So
yeah, it's Sazerac's American distillery.
So what we have here is Bernheim Barrel Proof Batch A. This is going to be really weird because we're so used to like A1s. This is A223.
It's because it's not a bourbon. That's the only reason it makes sense.
Well, what they're doing is, along with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof and Larceny Barrel Proof, they're not releasing this one 3 times a year. They were going to release this one twice.
So they start with 2?
So they start with 2, and we'll probably get something in like
4.
7. I want to say probably about 7, maybe 6, 7. Maybe twice a year, maybe later into the fall. We don't know yet. This is
August or October. I'm calling it now.
Hey, they just released this. Anyway,
August or October.
I'm going to make plastic noises while I try and talk about this. This is barely legal wheat whiskey. Has the same federal requirements as bourbon, only the main...
I'm going to do it this time.
The dominant grain must be wheat, and it must be at least 51%. So... plastic noises. The cork came out too. We'll just put that there. Anyway. Give myself a nice healthy pour of this. There you go, big boy. Yeah.
Okay.
They need to work on the plastic.
No wonder it's only coming out twice a year, am I right? Just a little nippy. Yeah, you got a little more than I did. Let's just leave her out here, buddy.
Anyway.
There we are.
So I hope I don't drop this cork on the ground. Okay.
If you do, hope it lands cork up.
All right, we're good. We're just gonna put that there and put that stuff over there. Anyway, so Bernheim Barrel Proof A223 coming in at 118.8 proof. A mash bill of 51% wheat, 37% corn, 12% malted barley. On the nose, my friend. No rye at all. On the nose.
Ooh. Is that cinnamon bread?
I do get a little bit of that cinnamon.
Is that cinnamon bread I smell?
I get cinnamon. I get a little bubble gum.
I can see that.
Little bubble gum.
It's just sweet. It's making my mouth sour.
It is very sweet.
Sweet smelling anyway. I don't know if it's sweet at all.
I don't get a lot of oak on this, though.
No, not at all. Makes me wonder if it's something mixed really young with something mixed kind of old.
If they stuck to anything resembling the original release of 7 years, that's
Sorry, I just saw
that's
a
what it'll be.
huge bottle way in the background, and I was like, "What in the good Lord?" I've never seen that bottle before.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay, I was like, "That is huge. That's a big, hefty." You know what I'm saying? That's like us. That's an us-sized bottle.
Well, you got to have man-sized bottles for
Hefty.
man-sized men.
Exactly.
Anyway,
what is it? We know what it smells like now.
Yeah.
How does it taste? That bubblegum carried over. Ooh, a little tannic. Man, look at me recognizing flavors.
look at you. It is a little bit drying on the palate, but it's not bad.
It smells better than it tastes.
See, I enjoy the taste more than the nose.
I think I think it's a flash in the pan. It's already gone. I don't taste it anymore.
See, mine's hanging around. Mine's hanging out having a party. They brought some pizza and some really good brew, and they're on
mix
the taste
beer
buds.
and whiskey. That's cheating.
Well, you can have a collaborative thing. You can do some barrel finishing. I mean,
right,
this isn't that, but you know what?
It could be.
I'm not hating this. I'm not hating it at all.
Now, for that magic question I ask every time, how much did it cost you?
$65 out the door.
Okay, so that's not as bad as I was expecting.
I
would
paid
pay that for
I
this.
paid MSRP for this bottle at a store local to us that's known for overpricing their bottles. Weird, right?
Maybe they're actually learning something. Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy. I love making a CR 2 syllables.
I'm not a hater on that at all.
The first sip I didn't think was that great. The more I drank it, the more I like it.
I am not a hater at all. That's so good. You do get a lot of those soft wheat characteristics, so everything does seem kind of muted to me. Wheaters to me
I think that's what it is.
aren't
Everything-
necessarily bad, but they feel muted.
the lack of corn.
Muted. I'm doing weird
Muted.
hand motions. God, I feel like one of those kindergarten teachers sitting in front of a class full of, you're trying to read a book and you're like,
And see,
quiet.
all you do, all I think about when you do that is like, you basic. I don't know why.
Our boss's boss is going to watch this and go, "Yes, girlfriend. Oh my God." Anyway, we love you, Jonathan, if you're watching this. Anyway,
Sweet guy.
so the finish on this one for me is sticking around a lot longer. Like, it's still there for me. I'm still
the
getting
sensation is there.
I'm still getting a lot of those esters that we got on the nose. That bubble gum though. Like, I know a lot of people I've watched reviews. A lot of people are saying it's huge bubble gum. It's a lot of bubble gum. It's not, to me, it's not a whole lot of bubble gum. I'm still getting the caramels. I'm still getting a little bit of vanilla and a little bit, honestly, of what I'm perceiving as baking spice, but there's no rye in this. So that could also be oak in some instances. But all in all, I think it's a good pour. So out of 100, Jake, where are you going to rank this?
63.
63. We really have to. We got to like define these and eventually have our wonderful editor put like
For me,
the definitions of what these scores are up there. But
well, I'm taking into account, this is going to be a limited availability product, so it's going to be harder to get.
I wouldn't say really limited. I've seen a lot of these in a lot of markets, but it just like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof though,
Well,
availability.
when you blend 2 barrels, you also get more yield.
Availability on these is wonky. It's not like you're chasing down a Weller or a Buffalo Trace Antique Collection bottle where it's super, super limited. But
It's more like finding an Eagle Rare.
yeah, it's like finding an Eagle Rare for these.
So let's compare
At least
to Eagle Rare.
in our years.
Would you
Or
rather
in
have
our
this
years, in our neck of the woods?
or Eagle Rare? For you, I know it's this because it's barrel proof.
It's barrel proof, and honestly, I haven't had Eagle Rare in a while. That might be coming in a video soon. But
Poor man's B-Tac.
poor man's B-Tac.
That would be a good video.
The poor man's B-Tac.
The poor man's B-Tac.
We might
Fuck
do that.
yeah.
Anyway, so over this or Eagle Rare, I would rather have this. I like the proof on it. 118 really just kind of hits home for me.
Well, that's
On
right
a
in the
scale
sweet
of 1
spot.
to 100 for me, I'm going to put this about a 76. 76 for me. It's really good. I would recommend someone picking a bottle of it up just because it is different.
Maybe we should give it a letter grade instead of points. That's we grew up with that. We kind of understand the logistics behind a letter grade.
Yeah, I guess. So a 76 would be like if you're going to a 1 to 100 scale on a letter grade scale, what would that be, like a C plus?
Yeah, mine's a D plus, C minus, somewhere in there.
So I think numbers are so much better because I
know.
like this more than a C plus though. If we're going on letter grades, I would put this at a solid like B to high B minus.
See,
It is
like C.
It is very good. I enjoy it. And it's different because I'm not used to wheat whiskeys. So for me, this is, a buy, but I wouldn't buy multiples. I would not try and find multiples of this.
I can't say it's worth it to find a multiple at 60. You might buy it and then think, you know what, this reminds me of something, and go find that bottle on your shelf. It's like, oh yeah, it's the same thing, except all those flavors are blast you in the face with it.
Yeah. So
it's a Heaven Hill product, there's got to be something out there, but you might be paying more for that too. So
yeah. So with that being said, this is Bernheim Barrel Proof A223. We are the Whiskey Watchers. We want to thank you all for joining us today. We want to thank our sponsor, if you can see it down here, The Thief, Fine Wine, Beer, and Spirits. We finally got them facing you. We want to thank them for all their support through all of this. If you're ever in Walla Walla, go check them out.
And where?
Walla Walla, Washington.
There you go.
The fun worded.
You can't say Walla Walla without
Washington. The 3 W's, just like World Wide Web. Anyway, thank you to them. And again, if you haven't already, go down, hit that subscribe button, like and comment on the video. Help us out a little bit. And until next time, everyone, I'm Dan.
I'm Jake.
Reminding you to share a pour with your friends and family, because much like the movies,
memories don't make themselves.
You're damn right. Perfect.